Hi everyone, in this video we will be solving um, GCPGoat challenge, and in the previous video we have deployed this uh, in our GCP account. So in the previous video we got this URL after deploying GCPGoat, and if you open this it will open a web application like this. Uh, so now we need to basically uh, try to find some vulnerability here. So first thing you can just test out is normal XSS or SQL injections. So uh, rather than going into those steps, uh, let's see the functionalities first. And while you are doing all these things, make sure you uh, make sure you are make sure you are you have turned your intercept on in Burp Suite. So I'm using community version of Burp Suite. You can use professional as well, and directly uh, right click on the target and do a scan for this. That will also show you the issue which we'll be finding. And let me reload. Right click, add to scope, yes. And intercept request only if target is in scope, yes. And here also we only need to see the target which is in scope. Okay, so you can see already there is a API uh, for listing the posts, and as the name suggests, this is kind of a function. It can be something similar to a lambda function, which we have in AWS. So let's try to log in into this. Sign in. Here we don't have anything. Let's give any test credentials first. There is something wrong, so as expected we passed this and we got could not handle request. Okay, so it is not showing incorrect username or password, but it is unable to handle this request. That is weird. So let's register account. Test 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 at the rate test.com, address test, country India, phone number, anything. And here we need to choose a security question. Favorite sport, badminton, for example. Password 12345A and register. And we got, okay, so we have registered our user. Let's log in. Test@test.com, password 12345A. Login. So we have logged in as test user. So we don't have anything here. New post. So we have privileges to write a new post. We don't have anything here. Profile. Yeah, so this is our profile information. This seems interesting. Let's try to create a new post. Hello. Posting date. URL of the image. So if we give URL of this image for Google, basically this image URL here, and type, press upload. File uploaded successfully. And if we see here, okay, so this was the request. Backend function save content, and in the value parameter this image URL is going, and in the response we got a storage google apis.com/function bucket. Okay, so this is a uh, GCP bucket, GCP storage bucket. So this is similar to S3 buckets, okay, uh, which we have in AWS. In GCP we have storage buckets, and the name of the storage bucket is this. And here our image is stored. So let's try to open this and see whether the image is same or not. Open, okay, yeah. Yes, so same image is stored in our bucket. Uh, so basically what application did is application automatically fetched the image from this URL. Uh, so if you are already familiar with SSRF, so this is a potential field to check for SSRF vulnerability, because if the web application is loading images from external web servers, so this might have SSRF, that is server side request forgery vulnerability as well. So for testing SSRF, either you can just right click here and do a scan if you have Burp Suite Professional, uh, or you can test that manually as well using Burp Collaborator, and that also we don't have in this free version. So we have a alternate for Burp Collaborator, that is Interact SH. So this is a uh, project discoveries project. If I show you Interact SH project discovery. So this is this project. So this is free alternative for Burp Suite Collaborator. So we can just copy this uh, and then go to our request, modify the request to this and send. Okay, so we got one more image which is stored in our bucket. Let's try to view this image. So this image contained some garbage. Okay, so this is the response of that. Yeah, so we got DNS interaction as well as HTTP interaction. So we have SSRF. So this was the request which our application did to interact SH server. And if you see, the user agent is Magic Browser, which our application is using. This application, and this was the response which we saw in the image contents. Okay, so we got SSRF. Now let's try to do some interesting things with SSRF. So you can directly search exploit SSRF. So there are many things which you can do. We can try to read files, we can try to do a port scan, uh, internal port scan, we can try to uh, scan other IPs, other internal IPs, we can connect to some internal services. There are many things which you can do with SSRF. So let's try to uh, read files using file protocol. So we need to modify this file :/ and any file / etc/ host name, for example. So this is the file which contains the host name of your current system. If I show you here, cat, so VM is my host name. Okay, so let's try to see the host name of the server on which this web application is running. and we got this image URL. Then we can simply open this here. Yeah, so this is the host name. So we are able to read files basically. Let's try to read a passwd file maybe. So let's do one thing. Let's add this to our scope as well. Not this, this function as well. Add, paste, enter, enter. So we should get this here. Scope, edit. Okay, reload. Yeah. Repeater. So now this it will be easy for us to just modify the image name and see the output. So for this, copy this image name from here and paste here, enter. So we got the passwd file. So uh, now we can read files. Okay, now we can do many things now. So I have explained that in some other blog. Let me show you that as well. Applications, LFI. Yes, yeah, this is the one. So we can do many things now. Let's try to read uh, with which user currently this web application is running. So for that, uh, what we need to do is we need to read this file. This is the function name. Copy, send to repeater in a new tab. Modify the image name, send. Yeah, so we found this information. The current process ID is 7. Parent process ID is 1, that is init process. I think, yeah. And we got UID and group ID, basically user ID and group ID. So with this information and having this passwd file, we can find out this www data is the user with which this application is running, because 33 is the UID and 33 is the group ID. Okay, so we got that our current user is www data, and this is the output of status file. Okay, so first information we got this, and we can read environment variables using this slash proc slash self slash environ. Yeah, so this is the image name we got. And these are the environment variables. So let us copy all these and save here. Not getting copied. Okay, it is not getting copied because it has this backslash zeros special character. Okay, so we can just see here. I'm unable to copy this. Environ. So we have function signature type, HTTP. Function signature type is HTTP. Function memory, and so we have a project name, I think GCP Google GCP project, yes, project name, Python pip virtual environment. So there is an indication that this application is running on Python. Okay, JWT secret. This is interesting. And if you see as well, when we logged in, this is the request for logging in. So this application is using JWT authentication, JWT cookies. Okay, and we just got JWT secret. That is this, and we have bucket name, function bucket till here. So this is the bucket name. Then US West 1 is the region, Google function region is US West 1. Then okay, so this is the path variable. PWD, present working directory, is workspace. bin port equal to 80. Okay, this might be useful. Home / root function identity function region service backend function. Okay, yeah, so we found different informations. So this is the present working directory, this is the region in which resources are deployed, this is the bucket name, and this is the JWT secret, this is the port, and this is the home directory. So there are many things which we came to know about this application. And we can also uh, see the command which started this process, this web application. For that we can read cmdline file. Again, copy this name of the image, new tab, paste. Okay, so this is the command which has started this uh, web application. And if you see, there is a \0 here, so basically this means this was the command. Let me show you here and copy this. So this is the command with full path which has started this web application server. So basically we have this application is using functions framework. So if you do a Google search about functions framework, enter, so the first thing you will get is this Google platform, Google Cloud Platform functions framework. So this is a GCP service basically, which allows you to run Python code uh, directly as a web server. So if you go to their GitHub repository, there is a simple example as well. So what you so this is a basic Python function, def hello. Hello is the function name, and it is just returning this hello world. So what this functions framework does is it directly runs this as a web server. So the code will be this, and a web server will be started, and if you call this web application, you will get this hello world output. So that is the basic thing which it does. So uh, it just removed many things. So as a coder, you don't need to import requests module and then creating a web server. All those things it does automatically. So if you see here in this example, they showed that main.py file is required for this functions framework to run. The file with the name main.py. So in our case, we already have workspace uh, directory. We already know that our current working directory is workspace for this application. So there must be, or maybe we can just guess as well. There can be main.py. There can be a file with name main.py uh, as specified in this documentation of this function. This main.py file. So let's see that whether we have that or not. Um, so for that, again, you just where is that? Yeah, this slash workspace slash function main.py main.py send, and we got an image. Copy this, paste the image name here, send. Okay, yeah, awesome. So we got the source code of this web server. So this is the contents of main.py file. Copy this, paste, and we don't need this. So now you can analyze this code, what is going on in this web server. How is this, how this thing is working. So just scrolling through the code, we have this on line 2 to 5 only for development. So they are checking elif method equal to get and path equal to this, post items. Okay, so we have some other endpoint as well. Let's try to access this basically. So this was our function. Sorry, this is our function. Let me send this to repeater and edit this, paste this. Instead of that, dump.tb send invalid authorization. Okay, so we need to send cookie as well with this. Let me copy this paste that here, send. Okay, we also need to change this to convert change request method to get send. Okay, so we got this. So we got many things actually. Let's copy all this again. New paste. Okay, so it is not readable. So it seems like JSON. Let me copy this and let me see if I have JQ. No, let's install JQ. Echo minus. Okay, minus n is not required. Paste. Okay, just let's use some online JSON beautifier. JSON data is not valid. Beautify JSON beautifier and formatter. ChatGPT. Yeah, AI is better. So in the dump we found uh, user profile information with the password as well, password hash. Now what you can try to do is you can just try to crack this, or if you see we have password reset functionality as well, forgot password, and it is asking for email address. So email address for this John Doe user is this, copy paste. Security question he chose was favorite sport. that is cricket, and new password. New password, we can set anything. Reset. Password change successfully. So we have successfully compromised the account of John Doe. So let's try to log in. Email address is this. Paste 12345A password, and we got logged in as John Doe. And you can see this is administrator user. So that's it for this video. We have successfully compromised this web application. Now what we can do is we can modify posts, post something new, edit posts, make some other user as administrator, and basically we have control over this web application. Yeah, so thank you for watching.